Good morning, friends, and welcome to the pre-market view. There was a lackluster session on Wall Street. The Dow was flat, and S&P and Nasdaq were up marginally, about 0.1 to about 0.4%. No other important data points to look at. Even European markets were marginally down. No major data points to look at, but given the kind of contraction that we are seeing in the Eurozone, there was a statement coming out from Mario Draghi that he is looking at doing a further rate cut if required, which would mean that the interest rate on deposit will become effectively zero. And when we look at the Asian markets, Japan is running away and is high almost about 2.75% as it's playing a catch-up game now that for the last about 3 trading sessions it was shut. And most of the other Asian markets are marginally down, the Korea and the Hang Seng. So no major cues to look at. In terms of flows, friends, FIs were net buyers in the cash market to the tune of almost about 900 crore. The domestic institutions were sellers to the tune of about 543 crore, and in the index futures, the FIs were buyers to the tune of almost about 430 crore. Back home, our market continues to show a lot of resilience, and we had seen a good amount of action in the IT and the metal pack. In case of IT, market is looking at some kind of a big order announcement or acquisition for Infosys, and even the metal pack has shown a lot of uptick on the back of some kind of a recovery in the prices of copper, aluminum and steel in the global markets. Even some of the mid-cap names which were beaten down badly for many months, we have seen a good amount of buying interest coming back. On that note, let me invite Shaival to take us through important F&O cues, data and strategies that we can have in the F&O markets.
Good morning, friends. Let's have a view at derivatives. Friends, we've been seeing that in yesterday's trade, market has almost traded in a range of around 50 points, and maybe because of the FIs were not a huge contributor in the futures and options segment. Yesterday we have seen that they were net sellers of around 620 crores. But the interesting observation is that in index future they were net buyer of more than 400 crores. But despite of being them the net buyers in index future, we have seen some short positions been built up in Nifty futures, and we have also seen that the cost of carry as well as the premium has squeezed down very sharply. Now, talking about the options activity, friends, it's very clear from the option matrix in front of us that the people are more inclined towards put option compared to that of call option, and also the PCR ratio has been suggesting the same. We have seen that the PCR ratio has increased to 1.14 from 1.12. Now, if I talk about the strikes, 6,000 call option and 6,100 call option each have more than 50 lakh shares, and if I combine this open interest, it is standing with more than 1 crore shares in the open interest, whereas 5,900 call as well as put option both has more than 50 lakh shares. So probably what we feel is that this area might act as an hurdle for the market, and after a sharp rises in past couple of trading sessions, we have seen that market has taken support around this level, which is 5,900. Now if I talk about the intraday viewpoint, what we feel is that 6030 is the important level that we'll need to watch on, and on closing basis our VWAP level, that is volume weighted average price level of 6,000 might act as a hurdle for the market. From intraday perspective, Bharat Forge is looking good. One can go long with stop loss of 232 rupees 10 paisa. Exide Industry is also looking good. One can go long with stop loss of 136.80. Thank you.
Here are the important news and events that we are tracking today. First of all, 2 companies which are going to be announcing numbers today. Glenmark Pharma, we are looking at a net profit of about 157 crore. It remains to be seen what would be the impact of the forex transactions in the company's numbers, because there could be wide variation in the actual net profit because of the forex numbers. And Syntex, we are looking at a net profit of about 92.2. The stock has been beaten down quite badly, and the market is looking at about 20 to 22% kind of a growth in top line and bottom line. So there could be some positive reaction in the Syntex stock once its numbers are out. Sweden-based AstraZeneca Pharma has decided to give about 140 crore assistance to the Indian business of AstraZeneca, and there are also reports that the company might be looking at doing a buyback or some kind of an open offer. So this stock could remain in positive action. And in another development, Jindal Polyfilms, which is into BOPP films, has acquired a US-based Exxon chemicals business to the tune of about $235 million. And this deal is likely to be completed by July. The stock was in action yesterday, and there could be some more upside because of this development. In case of Infosys, there is a strong market buzz that there could be announcement of a big order or acquisition over the next few days. So that stock could remain in positive action. And Jain Irrigation System has done a private placement of FCCB at almost about 3% kind of a coupon rate, which would be with a maturity up till 2018. So this stock could also remain in positive action in today's market. Coal India, some positive news, as about 18 coal mining projects of Coal India have received clearances either from Environment or Forest Ministry, and on the back of that one can go long on Coal India with a stop loss of about 310 and a target of about 325 to about 321. Emami came out with stellar set of numbers, and their profit grew by almost about 30%, and the company has also decided to announce bonus share in the ratio of 1 for every 2 shares held. So one can go long on Emami with a stop loss of 652 and a target of about 685 to about 698. Den Network is looking at doing a private placement to Goldman Sachs affiliates, and they could raise about $110 million. So one can go long on Den Network with a stop loss of 222 and a target of about 234 to about 238. ONGC and Oil India, some negative news, as the EGOM will not consider the hike in the price of gas for now, and they are looking at appointing another committee to look at the merits of the price increase. So this has come as a bit of a negative setback for ONGC, so one can go short on it with a stop loss of 325 and a target of about 309 to about 303. That's it from all of us, friends. Have a great trading session and see you tomorrow at the same time.